Hello, everyone. My name is Brian Baby Tibbet. I will be presenting my mid-program project called Cyber Mini. My advisor is Cam Kong, and to the right is a utopia where my project exists. Like I said before, my name is Pride Baby Tibbet. I'm from the DMV. I am a sophomore at Delaware State University studying computer science. I have a desire for game development, but I honestly just go wherever the money takes me. And without further ado, here is Cyber Mini. So the problem, more than 6 million car accidents occur each year in the US. And according to the NHTSA, about 6% of all motor vehicle accidents in the United States results in at least one death, meaning that the majority of car accidents are nothing more than bumps and scratches here and there. I too fell into this category as I scratched my mom's car while parking. And plus, I never got to play with a remote control car as a kid, so why not build my own? My solution is to build a wireless steering wheel that controls the car and its camera. It's going to develop one's awareness of their surrounding and decrease their reaction time. It lets anyone with working hands practice most driving skills such as parallel parking, turning into one's own lane, switching lanes, etc. A possible solution is to hop in a Tesla and let it do all the work for you. Only drawback is you don't learn anything. But a positive is that you do it in style. Anyway, why is it important? At the very least, it decreases bad habits and teaches the basics of driving. It pertains to people of all ages, well, except for babies and most disabilities. It can be used by SWAT teams, firefighters, etc., to examine hazardous environments. And I haven't really put much thought into it, but a rule-sized version of it will prevent theft because you can just, since the wheel is wireless, you can just park the car and just take it to your house and just hang. My initial design was to replicate a real size car steering wheel rotation, which is about 900 degrees, like you hang your keys. But that proved complicated, so I went with about 40 degrees of rotation. And as you can see here on the left, I wanted to make it so that it should connect to the body to make it easier to handle it, to hold it, because the steering wheel is going to be stationary. So it's going to be more easier. But that would just make it very bulky, and I did not like that. And to the right is what I was going for, but I ended up not making it a full wheel, like I said before. So here is the diagram or the steering wheel. So to the top left is the battery cable to power the Arduino. And here is the gyro sensor, steers the car. Then we have the transmitter that sends the data, the Arduino board, which is basically the motherboard of the whole operation. And that is the left joystick to control the car movement. It says left because like you hold it with this part facing the outside. Then we have the breadboard to expand all the wiring and the right joystick to control the camera. And here is the actual car. So we are going to start from the top right. We have the line sensor, and at the bottom, obstacle sensor. Now those, I haven't implemented those. Those do not work yet. I haven't implemented those. Next, we have the servo, which steers the car. Arduino Uno, motherboard. Then we have a breadboard to expand the wiring, a receiver to receive the data, a camera stand So that camera stand is going to be controlled by the joystick on the steering wheel. And then we have a cardboard housing for the car to make it look pretty and whatnot, to hide all the wiring. Next, we have the camera. So the camera is gonna basically broadcast whatever it sees to the steering wheel, because the steering wheel is gonna house the iPad. Um, Next is the motor, the two motors. I didn't label the other one because, and the motor driver to drive both motors. And we have the battery cable. So underneath the car is two batteries that powers the whole thing. So I faced lots of problems, like a lot of problems. I almost gave up like 100 times. One of my biggest problem was I bought a camera that did not work. So it was just faulty by default. And I spent so much time Googling how to solve it, just to realize that it can't work. So I bought another one, and that one worked very easily. I was so frustrated. Um, the other problem I had was modifying the code to send more data, because the example that I found, he only sent data to make the car move forward and backwards, but I needed it to send the data for the steering and the camera stand. And that was hard because I've never, I have no experience whatsoever with receiving and transmitting data. So that was pretty hard for me. And the camera stand jitters a lot. It jitters a lot. I did not have time to solve it. I don't even think I could solve it, because I narrowed down the issue to the servo is a cheap servo, because the servo that steers the car is a higher quality than the one that controls the camera. So yeah. So what's next in my project? During the summertime, if I have time, um, I will first eliminate the servo jitter, because I hate it. It makes so much noise. It vibrates the whole car. It's so annoying. Next, I'll implement the line sensor and the obstacle sensor. And the line sensor is basically gonna be like a Tesla, self-driving Tesla, where if you're trying to like deflect from your lane, it basically pushes you back into the lane. If that makes any sense. And an obstacle sensor, where if you're about to hit a wall, it stops the car. So the car can't bump into something. Something can bump into it from behind or the sides, but not directly in front. And also, once I do all that, I will replace all the tapes with hot glue to make it more permanent. And this is my references for this is where I got all the tools I needed in order to complete my project. I basically took something from this video, something from that video, something from that video, combined it all, and voila. So this is the joystick to make it go forward. So if I push it up, it goes back, and then it goes back, and then this is for the camera. Side, left side. And now I will try to maneuver through these chairs. Here we go. It lags a bit because my theory is that because there's a lot of information being processed, it lags. And there you go. All right, so now I'm gonna do power How you going to start? You start? Okay, so here I will try the power part. First, get the car